Hello and welcome to Memory Arcade. Yeah, so beating Malenia last session didn't quite work out. I consulted the interwebs and I have a couple ideas. But let me just briefly skim through my inventory just to get rid of any stuff I don't need. Okay, so a few strategies I had were heavily focused on basically going back and forth between freeze status, which inflicts a bunch of damage up front when it procs, when it takes effect, and then mix the enemy, excuse me, and then makes the enemy a little more vulnerable to damage for a while, or inflicting bleed, which inflicts a lot of damage when it procs, and may also synergize with a bunch of stuff. So there's a few things here that can help. I'm not a big fan of volatile builds or glass cannon builds, where you basically take on a depth of usually extra damage that you'll take when you take damage, but in turn you do more damage. But in some particular situations, you can crank that number into obscene amounts, as I've discovered while researching some stuff and also testing a few things. So here's the Fire Scorpion's charm. You take more damage, but any fire damage you dish becomes more potent. And there's a lot of blood exaltation, which makes it stronger whenever you inflict, or anybody has bleed inflicted on them in the arena. Some basic protection. There's a Shard of Alexander to boost specials on weapons. What weapon are we talking about? Once again, Mogwin's Sacred Spear. And its rather devastating spell combo. Well, not spell combo. It's special skill, which inflicts fire damage, bleed damage. It does so at a rapid rate, and if the whole thing goes through, yeah, bad things. It's really bad for whoever's on the receiving end. Oh, that's a wee bit more volatile. Liked. How this will work? $42. And this... Oh, yeah, no, this levels out to something better. I have the banished Night Grease as well. No such thing as set bonuses, which is a shame. But maybe also for the best. Yeah, it's pretty solid all around. Yeah, these are for the Mimic, as in the Mimic has access to however many parts we have on our person once the fight starts, but doesn't actually expend any of these charges, unless I do something stupid and accidentally throw some of these myself. This for extra protection. I think there are ways to crank this one even further, but among the things you can do to make yourself even more of a nightmare, of course, the stuff you can put in your mixed physic. A flame sharding character just boosts your fire damage, just one without a downside, but it stacks with the talisman we have. Now this one's peculiar, or rather something I wouldn't usually consider. Excuse me, need to clear my throat again. Steve, how will a swig of ginger ale? Oh, yeah, yeah. Anyway, something I wouldn't usually consider, but I think it's just another 20% of damage. And like, we're not talking small numbers here, but and all of the shit stacks, so just to demonstrate excuse me. Let's do it this way. I just take out anything that would increase the potency of this. Okay. It is stupidly powerful against mooks, as we can see, but you know, endgame mooks. But we also see that they don't just die in one hit. Yeah, that was a little more severe. Still took the second hit, I think. Maybe it was a bleed proc to kill the first one. But you know. Yeah, let's add a little extra volatility. Is it a fair comparison? Oh, okay. As you can see, our health is draining pretty rapidly too. And now we're in stupid well. Like, this is how you get 5-figure damage numbers in this game. And the blood-sucking crystal tier is a liability. But in a combat scenario where you're just chugging potions, anyway. I would argue it becomes less of an issue. Or rather, if you wanna basically overwhelm the boss. Let's see if that works. I've done a little bit of testing on Malenia herself. I can already tell you it hurts her bad. However, there's still, I wouldn't even call it RNG, it's more like yeah, positioning still matters, and I'll still let the Mimic tier out to essentially tank for me, so I can actually do this little ritual without getting shredded to a pulp. And oh, I even forgot, I can still put Flame Grant My Strength on top of this. I think it stacks with Golden Vow? Let me test that. Yep. Seems that way. I just briefly check. That's true. Golden Vow stacks with pretty much anything. That's good. The guide I consulted for inspiration here, instead of Flame Grant Me Strength, it used Shipwreck's Howl, I think. One of the frenzy incantations, where you basically drive your character insane, and then instead of plus 20%, which is what Flame Grant Me Strength gives you, you get plus 25% more damage. However, you also take like 20 or 30% extra damage. And no, just not. Aside from the fact that I'm not a fan of Frenzy, based purely for lore reasons. Like, that's just me being a role-playing nerd. You know, that's a little much. I should have used Golden Vow when I I can still do it again. And now we've summoned a mimic that can throw pots. I'm so smart. Her health bar just went away. I need to chuck healing the moment I get regain control. Oh shit. The radius is too small. Guys. Oh, I'm out of stamina, that's why it's not fully going through. Well, let's see if I can hack it by myself. Come on. Jesus Christ, I did it. Not just did it, like first try today, did it. Got lucky there at the end. Got lucky there.
Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
I'm sorry. I finally met.
We could still die from the tear. Did she give us a cool 1.5 million runes? Sure did. 2 levels. Don't think this does anything. It's really just decorative. Which is confusing because when you do the quest line for the Analyte Gold Needle, and the guide tells you to go to the big ass flower to do the thing. It's this big ass flower to do the thing. Anyway, okay. I'm all out of content. No, of course not. We haven't bought. I was about to say Placidus X, which is true. But I'm thinking of Artisacks. The friend of Godwin. Anyway, I did the Via quest line up to the point where we fight the boss. That's his face up there. Anyway, also, what I just did with Malenia, you saw me struggle against her for a couple of sessions, so this is gonna be like break the glass, hit the emergency button. I'm not gonna do this just with every boss and see how far I can get. It might very well play out that way for much of the DLC, because the DLC is merciless. It was merciless on regular, like, new game difficulty. So, yeah, I expect bad things to happen to me. Why am I stacking lightning to fight a dragon? It's in this game, no. But we can bring this. We can bring the pest spears. We can go bring flies. We can bring the Scarladionia, because we're just that kind of shit. I think Poison Mist, even in my inventory, like it just doesn't get us there. I should get, I should use Flame Granary Strength more regularly. That much is certain. Maybe make it like a Strength, Gold more Valor, then I also have Defense me on tap instead of, in case I get poisoned or some shit. Heal from afar, also always useful. Yeah, actually, yeah, this will work. Dragon is a zombie like the Draco Lich. I'm not sure if a healing spell will hurt it, but I sure am. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fight it. Oh, let's go fancy. And use Milady, and basically don't have to change my armor. The weight so works out. So remember, this one's slinging lightning, probably also fire because, you know, dragons. But I could also just boost my spell casting. Leave this in case I summon a mimic. And what do I want for the physic? We'll start with the basics. More stamina, more defense. Let's give this a shot. Oh. Oh dear. Ah, there it is. Need something less pointy, more swingy. But you know. Oh, that's gonna do it nicely. Oh no, oh no, I forgot about the death light. Did I dodge that? Oh. Big they are. The harder they get shredded by that particular spell. Mending rune for a specific ending of the game. I mean, we're betrothed to Rani, so that's that.
Prince of Death, take a good long look. See the wrath of the Golden Order, the Order's justice writ in blood. This is what's become of your precious witch. Naught but expired meat and bone.
Oh boy, you're really...
This is a proper death, oh Prince. Look at this rotten whore.
Oh dear, no, no, that won't do.
Useless flesh. Behold, your mother is dead.
Yeah.
This is revenge, you witch, and you ghoul. This is the wrath of D.
Yeah, you have anything to add to that?
Hello. The rotten witch is dead. The Golden Order unsullied. Now I can look my brother Darian in the eye.
Oh, you will, sir.
Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, now a honeyed ray.
Right. Is he wrong for... Huh. Here, accomplished more than these brothers could ever dream of. Okay, I think that takes care of all the remembrances in the base game before you fight the time giant. And I would rather have the round table hole to not look like a fire hazard while we rushed through the DLC. And actually neck on neck in terms of damage, that's interesting. In the Degrees of Solitude are so much heavier. I really slept on the Banished Knight stuff. I mean, in fairness, I don't like how the feet look on like it. It's like you're about to go to a casting call for DuckTales. But yes, very specific preferences, but these could maybe look nice. These we don't need. Solid, absolutely. Let's get the Crucible Gauntlets into the mix as well. Lighter. Decent looking, but also a little at odds with the shoulders. Although, interestingly, the elbow bit... First of all, I think it's great that it moves. Like, that they added this little flexibility there for different bits of armor to better fit together. It is interestingly... This one is just the same in terms of... It's really more the color mismatch there. I know, I'm very particular. Yeah, that won't do it all. This is really nice. Oh my god, this is nice. I know this is also a bit of light armor. I can take it down even this far. Now it would make more sense again to equip the Gauntlets of Solitude, like for maximum protection. And it still looks stellar, but you know. Yes, I also took a peek at the DLC and got myself finally, don't know why I did this, didn't do this earlier, finally got myself a second copy of Malenia, my beloved, what was the weapon class again? Light Greatsword, yeah. And they made like 3 for the DLC and that's it. And I was worried that the dual handing, like the L1 moveset for Light Greatsword was just not that great. Sometimes you get something that looks really cool and delivers a lot of hits, like the katana combo is like that when you combine 2 katanas, and you only get these dual movesets if you combine weapon type, matching weapon types, with a couple of exceptions, like there's the Wakasashi, which is classed as a dagger, but since it's a Wakasashi, it also combos with katanas, like that. And then you just hit the L1 button, and instead of just attacking with your left-hand weapon, you do a combo with both. And it's really cool. Or kind of boring, like if you have 2 spears. Okay, these are great spears, but I guess the point will stand. Various front-facing pokes. I mean, they're spears, what are they supposed to do? But, you know, not that exciting. And so I was a little worried that this was by far my favorite weapon in the DLC. Not even like, the best thing. I think I'm still more reliably putting down bosses with a katana or even a straight sword. Because they gave this thing like a very fancy moveset that's also kind of odd. You have these very pronounced strikes, and when you really need to hit something in front of you, the light attack, is actually slower than the heart attack. Compare and contrast. This, or oh wait, this was the follow-up with the light attack, but ugh, or swoosh swoosh. They probably clock in very similarly, but this one at least feels faster and also has a really quick follow-up. So, a bit counterintuitive. Finally, what does twinning them look like? Isn't that beautiful? It still has a little bit of that very fencing-like, ponderous emphasis on movement and grace, which I dig, but it's like the same reason I'm wearing this armor now that protects me less, because going through a dungeon I'll look cooler than trudging around in like the heaviest shit. Anyway. Welcome back to the realm of shadow. Aside from grabbing the second Milady, saying hi to a couple of NPCs, making my way through Castle Ensis, but not fighting Rolana, of course. Haven't done anything here. I'm not sure I want to fight the fire giants, or the furnace golems, that is. I have all the spoils. the damage is probably just obscene that they're dishing now. Hello, bird. But also be halfway mindful of those 500 km lugging around, which is more than half of a level. I kinda wanna hit my set level cap of 300 before we're facing Radahn. If it isn't my least favorite religious fanatics in this setting. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of your sandbox, big bully. Could probably kite this thing through the entire field and just have him kill everyone. Sansa, there's Freya. Is this supposed to be a little bit of a jump scare? Like you encounter these shades and you're like, oh, okay, they're just gonna be like, not really here, but then they are. At least here enough to hurt you. And there's our good friend, Sir Ansbach.
You must be the Tarnished. I am Ansbach. Formerly in service to Lord Moog, but now, like you, another soul guided by kindly Mikola. I'm hardly the steady hand I once was. My fighting days are far behind me.
Oh no, they aren't.
Which is why I have chosen to dedicate myself to investigation, to discern tender Mikola's ultimate purpose. I'd rather not volunteer service to a new master unless I know that I can be of use.
Ah, okay. I wonder if this is his soul just scraping against the enchantment. Like, yeah, no, let's discern his purpose so we can serve him better. Eye twitching.
Hello there. Together, we work together for Mikola the Kind. Many things we have found. I like finding things for you, Lady Leda, her allies, and the Forager brute. Things bring joy to all. I like for you things. Goodbye.
Bye, buddy. Please don't hit me too hard with your shield when the time comes. Apparently you can pump his shield, which takes over 40 or even 50 strength to use properly. But then again, you could two-hand it, because aside from being the strongest shield in the entire game, it also can be cranked up to like an attack rating of 700, which rivals several heavy weapons. yeah, it becomes a smashing board. You can just, yeah. Also, creepy crawly. Content warning. There's gonna be way too many legs on screen. Oh, thank god our damage still holds up. I mean, we are at max skeletree. Blessings, or whatever the fuck it was. I find it interesting. Usually when you explore these old ruins and of fallen civilizations, you usually end up in a place where you feel very sympathetic to them. And I'm like, oh man, these people, they like sometimes there's stuff like some king looking for glory and then he takes everything with him in some vain endeavor, but you usually feel for the people and the culture at large. When it comes to the Hornsent, I'm really leaning towards now, fuck them. Fuck them all. At the very least, the entire upper crust, the clerical class, and whoever was in charge of that bullshit, because Jesus Christ, they got up to some shit. Yeah, no, you got me once or twice, but have to? Okay. Getting a little more into exploration mode. Make those potions last longer and maybe make a little money. You can really see here how it's like a it doesn't even flinch. How the veil that hides the lines of shadows like that. I was about to say funeral gown, but what do you call the piece of cloth you drape over a body? Like this one right here. So, water, huh? Shit. Oh, there's two of them. Oh joy. How? Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna need to adjust my flask. That is the physics. It's myself there. Second. How about we start by popping one of these beauties? That should do it nicely. Why does it say no skill? Why do you still have it? Did my special miss? Sure did. Special was supposed to pop the remaining duration of the Scarlet Road for burst damage. Sorry, buddy. The targeting system, you understand. Really? Such petty individuals. I don't even know what these are. Were they already killed by Mesma, but can their spirits not move on, so they just manifest again till they're corporeal, and then the Mesma Crusade just kills them again, etc., etc. That's a big fella, right? Yeah, of course my shit doesn't reach. I used that spell, it also wouldn't reach. Okay. Small fries first. I had forgotten how DLC is just, yeah, let's play Sekiro, let's play Bloodborne. Well, you still got a Souls character there. Don't worry, at least Dark Souls 3's fast. Fast enough? Oh, you'll find out. Oh shit. Drop my stuff. I need to talismans for this shit again. What of this? Oh, they're now a little bit behind cover. At least the spells are considerably stronger. I'm not even sure why I'm going through this dungeon piecemeal, but I also know they might just completely kick my ass in a corner somewhere if I don't. Let's find out. Where's the thing where you go in and... Fuck. Was that a shortcut? Oh. Oh. That's the kind of enemy that uses jumping R2s against you. Or at least it feels that way. This is fine. This is perfectly okay. Well, of course it would be down there where the bad men are. Jesus. How did you climb up here? Just for me. That's what happens when you normalize the marginalization and victimization. Minorities get a populace who, at the drop of a hat, are basically ready to stab someone. For some leaders, that might be desirable. I think it's horrifying. If they cannot live on, just get come back as shadows over and over again. And this is basically America's Silent Hill. Huh? Wish I could have fired this one off. And it? Oh. Me? Mommy? Ah. Yeah, also if I come with this battle cry, I better have come at Azure. And don't miss. Oh, we were right back here. Yeah, fuck you too. Doesn't matter. I took my vitamins. The runes are not going anywhere. Motherfucker, no, not again. You know what? Fine. I need to pee anyway, so be right back. And we're back. Trying to... Actually, what are we trying to do? I guess get to the dancing line. I don't think that's breathing. It's seething.
Who art thou, stranger? By the look of thee, another of Mesmer's peons, methinks. Tell me, does thy kind never weary grow? How do these old bones fascinate thee yet? Our lands were by thy kind set aflame, our tower by thy kind veiled in shadow. Thou camest, robbing us of all, spoiling all. Have ye not basked in these deeds long enough? Listen, progeny of the wanton's trumpet. For thy sins thou shalt have thy recompense. The sacred beast shall unleash its ire. Till then, with this old hag, do what thou wilt, for all the good it'll do thee in the end. For what reason enact thy sordid work, else loathsome?
Well, that's a fun hint. Does this not have any purpose? I guess we're just airing this place out so Grandma gets some fresh air. Purpose enough, I suppose. I'll take it. Who's summoning normalized crucible currents here?
Those who purchase the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Yeah, not nearly as... Okay, yeah, no, I had some trash talk here about him not being nearly as terrifying as the Witches of Chaos, but he sure showed me. Okay, yeah, his route is specifically designed that you can do this if you're not quite feeling up to it. Because depending on your build, he's a bona fide mini-boss. Oh, anti-collateral, or rather the use of positioning here.
The grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
With Giant Hunt, he comes at me. You pompous little shit weasel. Yeah, heal this. Yeah. I'm so tempted to just run out the clock on him.
My words, graceless heathen. Thou shalt Mesmer.
I will say this insignia is pretty dope. Obviously, I already have it, so I can just discard the other one. Yeah. Aside from being pretty dope, it's also horrifying. It makes you stronger when you kill something. So as a crusader, you just keep going. Well, still. Oh. I was trying to throw some of these, but sure. Ah, it's standing in water. Yeah, that'll do it. Get 40 fucked. I didn't kill my wife. I always appreciate it when FromSoft switches the designs up to look more like antiquity than like medieval Europe.